I'm just kidding, guys. It's me. Twist villain. Today's video is sponsored by Murder because it's present in horror films, and today we're reviewing a horror film. Wow, it feels really weird to say a video is sponsored by Murder. This video is not sponsored by Murder anymore. Scream 6 was directed by Tyler Gillett and Matt Benedelli-Open. The film released earlier this month, and I am finally going to cover it because Scream 6 is a very good time to... Sorry. Just, my Ghostface, my inner Ghostface coming out there. Should probably get rid of this. Anyway, so the film is really great. I'll just start off with that. But if you haven't seen Scream 6 yet, you know these films are filled with spoilers if you stick around. So I'm going to leave a time marker right there saying when I start the review. Anyway, alright, so Scream 6. Scream 5 was really great, and with Scream 6, they upped the ante. I'm going to set the stage here. Scream 6 might be my favorite film in the Scream franchise. I know that sounds very insane to say that over the highly popular original Scream film. It is amazing satire of the horror genre. You've got Sidney Prescott, a great final girl, great characters like Randy Meeks, Billy Loomis. Of course, you have Stu Macher, played by Matthew Lillard, who I really wanted to be oh, I can't say that because that's a spoiler. I'm doing these without a script. So Scream 6 really ups the ante here. We have our main characters, the Carpenter sisters, Sam and Tara, played by Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega of Wednesday Addams fame. And they are in New York. Ghostface comes to New York, and we get some very brutal kills here. And once again, it's all about trying to piece the clues together, trying to find out who's a suspect, who's not, who's at the top of the suspect list, and who's going to get chopped to bits. And there are plenty of people getting chopped to bits in this film, let me tell you. So, honestly, there's not a whole lot to get into without getting into spoilers, so I'll just start off with some of the aspects that I can get into that aren't spoilery, like the characters. The characters are treated really well here. Obviously, it's no secret that Sidney Prescott is not in this film. They didn't pay Neve Campbell correctly for this film, I guess. They didn't want to pay her enough, so she didn't want to be in it, which is completely understandable. She's the face of the franchise since the beginning, so I would understand that. Honestly, I didn't feel the lack of her presence in this film. It feels refreshing, honestly, to be fair. I do miss Dewey. I really, really miss Dewey. But we have Gale Weathers still here. Courtney Cox is in this one. We also have Kirby Reed returning from Scream 4. She's a great character. And they are both utilized very well in this film because they don't overstay their welcome. They're in the film when they need to be in it, from beginning to end, or, in between. They are there, they are not overused. You don't feel like they are being forced into it, is what I'm saying. As for our other characters, you have the Meeks twins. You have Chad and Mindy. They are really great. I love Mindy's monologues, harking back to Randy's from the original Scream films, Scream 1 and 2. I really wish Randy had lived. That would have been amazing. And then we have a string of new characters. We have a boyfriend of Sam's. We have a couple forgettable, well, not really forgettable, I guess, but basically cannon fodder for Ghostface to murder. We have Mindy's girlfriend. We have Tara's roommate who's sleeping around with multiple guys. And we have a bunch of just new characters. We have a cop. We have a guy that's pretty awkward and doesn't really know how to adjust with this whole horror situation. Always getting told that he's a top suspect by Mindy, which is pretty funny. So we have a nice set of characters here. And like I said, brutal kills. They really did what Randy said in the Scream films. For the sequel, they upped the blood, they upped the scale. All of it is very updated from Scream 5. Scream 5 was great. You have the legacy characters returning, but in this film, they kind of let the new characters breathe, and I really enjoyed that aspect. I'm giving Scream 6 a 10 out of 10. The first 10 out of 10 of 2023. I'm probably biased as heck because I love the Scream franchise and I love horror in general, but I know the difference between a good and a bad horror film. Pooh, Blood and Honey, Scream 6. Scream 6 is really awesome. It's a great time, incredibly biased. You guys might not enjoy it as much as I did. Now let's get into the spoilers here. So we have a pretty good killer reveal. It is a bit underwhelming compared to past iterations of the killer reveal. But basically, we have Tara's roommate. We have the awkward guy that's played by Jack Champion. He is their brother and sister, and their father is the cop, played by Dermot Montgomery, I think might be his name. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. But he's really great. They're all really great in their killer roles here. And it turns out that they are the family of Richie from Scream 5, played by Huey from The Boys. Really good twist there. I like how it's tying back into Sam instead of having to tie all the way back somehow to the original Scream film. I know this one is echoing Scream 2 because in Scream 2 you have Nancy Loomis, the mother of Billy, being one of the killers. But this one just feels very psychotic as you have three people that are very twisted. They want to kill Sam and Tara badly. And they get some good hits on our people here. Mindy gets stabbed. Chad gets stabbed. I don't know how many times, and he still lives. That is one thing I'm not too sure on. It's like Chad gets stabbed like 10 different times, man. He should be dead. He does spark a romance with Tara in this film, so I am somewhat glad he lived. So that's good. We get to see that continue on. They'll be our new Dewey and Gale, I guess. Hopefully without the 10 million breakups. Gale nearly dies in this film. She gets stabbed and wounded pretty badly, but turns out that she is just barely clinging to life. She lives. As for Kirby, she lives as well. She helps in taking down the killers. You have the classic, pop up. You think the killers are dead. You think the killers are dead, and then one, surprises you. And Kirby is the one to end that. So that was really entertaining to watch. Really, like I said, I want to get into these brutal kills here. I won't explain every single one, but some notable ones here. The opening kill. So we have Flash from Spider-Man Homecoming taking off his Ghostface mask, revealing him as one of the killers in the opening minutes as he kills Samara Weaving's character, which I predicted she would be the opening kill. So he kills Samara Weaving, and then he takes off his mask, and you're like, whoa, that has never happened before. So 6 films in, Scream is still surprising us, which I love. I love that. That's really, really great. Props to whoever who thought of that. That's really great. Then you follow this Ghostface killer to his house where he gets a phone call, and you're like, oh, okay, I see what we're doing here. And then you get the, I guess, real opening kill with the death of that Ghostface and his buddy. So this movie has a pretty high body count. I don't know. I think it might top the Scream 5. I think it does pass Scream 5 in terms of a body count, which is really great. You have Mindy's girlfriend in a scene where they're trying to escape Ghostface. They're climbing on a ladder across to Sam's boyfriend's apartment. And unfortunately for Mindy's girlfriend, Annika, I think is her name, she doesn't make it. Ghostface, starts shimmying the ladder around, and she falls off, and then she hits her face like off of a dumpster, and then you just see the dent in her face. Plus, she gets stabbed pretty badly by Ghostface. A thing this film loves to do is it loves showing the deep close-ups on the knife going into somebody and just like moving up or whatever, just tearing into them, and that was really great. I sound really psychotic saying that, but I mean, I am the one wearing the Ghostface outfit, so that kind of fits, doesn't it? Yeah, the kills were fantastic, like I said. Trying to think of anything else really notable of mentioning. There was a neat after credit scene where Mindy is like, not every movie has to have a post credit scene or whatever. I liked that. Like I said, Mindy's monologue is pretty great in this film as she's going into, like, we're not in a sequel, we're in a franchise, and she's going into the franchise rules of horror, and, you know, naming off, like, you're my top suspect, and you could be as well. And then at the end of the film, she kind of rushes in. She was like, it's this person and this person, and they're like, yeah, but also this person. She's like, damn. She's like, I got it wrong again. That was very funny. This film also, it really uses New York to its advantage here, similar to how well, not similar. I'm sorry, similar to how Jason Takes Manhattan totally fumbled their shooting location, filming in Manhattan. That's a story for another day, but that movie is very lackluster compared to this film, because this film uses New York correctly. You have Sam and Tara running into a bodega. Ghostface gets a hold of a shotgun, which is pretty entertaining for that portion of the film when he has that. He's going to work with that. And also, you have just the busy, bustling subway atmosphere of Scream 6, that you know, the subway scene where Mindy is kind of cornered, essentially, and stabbed. Even though there's plenty of people on there, they just don't care about the fact that there's a ghost face with a knife in somebody. They don't see it. Personally, it would be kind of hard to miss, but I get it. It seems to be like around Halloween time, because everyone seems to be dressed up. Plenty of ghost faces on there, so I like how they use that element as well. Overall, Scream 6 was just a very fun film. You know, there's a lot of themes of family in there, how Mindy, Chad, Sam, and Tara are a family. I liked that aspect of it because it harks back to how Sydney and Gail and Dewey were kind of that heart of those films, how they were always sticking together, you know, fighting for each other no matter their differences. I loved that. So I'm looking forward to where Scream 7 goes, definitely. Scream 7 is going to be fantastic, I hope. Even bloodier kills. I mean, what more could you ask for from a Scream film? So, I'll see you guys in the next review. Let me know what you thought of Scream 6 down in the comments below. Let me know if you want a ranking of the Scream films as well. I offered a Rocky ranking in the Creed 3 review. So, I might do both of those videos. So, it'll be very entertaining to watch if that happens. So, thanks so much for watching, guys. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. I'm going to work. Forgot my knife. I'm not a very good ghost face, am I? Tyler Gillett and Matt Bettinelli open.
Matt Bettinelli open. Matt Bettinelli open.
Matt Bettinelli open. Matt Bettinelli open. Scream 6 was directed by Tyler Gillett and Matt Bettinelli. Scream 6 was directed by Tyler Gillett and Scream 6 was directed by Tyler Gillett and Matt Bettinelli open. Open? Open. Fuck.